I don't know why, but I love these turtles. Hey guys, welcome back to the YKB, Why Keep the Box Collecting, where we immediately destroy the value of our figures and free them for their plastic and cardboard prisons. I got you something nice today. I got you the Hunter Leo from NECA, and I don't know about y'all, but every single time NECA makes a different design of these turtles, I end up buying them. So, let's take it to the table and see why I'm a show for NECA. Now let's look at this box here. For the most part, it is the same stuff as a myriad of all these Mirage turtles, or Eastman and Lard's turtles. The box is solid. You get the art design. You see the coming up next. A picture of Leo and an open case design. Looks good, but we're not here for boxes. Here at the YKB, we can really care less. There needs to be a reason to keep. So let's open them up. I absolutely love the way they protect their products. I like the plastic on the top of it so it doesn't ruin the paint and it gets all smudged. I like how they don't use tape, but that's besides the point. They have been reusing this design over and over again. What says Wilderness Hunter like the New York City backdrop? It's kind of annoying. Hunter Leo is number 33, if y'all keep track of that. Alright, so we have the Hunter Leo out. For the most part, it looks pretty good. It's a lot of reuse, which is expected. It looks like the same arms as, you know, those Mirage turtles that came out. You know, same legs, maybe different feet because those fuzzy boots are the first time I've seen them. But a lot of reuse, which, nothing to really complain about. Now, the reason I picked him up strictly was because I like this turtle. Can't remember what the name of this turtle was, the warrior turtle, whatever, whatever, whatever. But, you know, now they're different colors, which I don't concern myself with too much. Unless the other ones they release of this Leo are the same color. I might actually have a problem with that then. I know that they have like the Raph looking one. So, I don't know. I'm just meandering. I'm just blabbering on. They look good. Obviously they're different here, but it works. Definitely can fit in with each other. Let's remove him, and let's throw this guy on it. Here's the Mirage Leo. You can see how, the elbows are different. The elbows clearly came from the other turtle I just had on, but you can see how they share lots of parts. And it's really just repaint with a couple added accessories. The hat piece thing that this one is wearing is really just a plastic covering over it. So it's really, nothing new. But NECA, if you make something good, you can reuse it over and over again. Now, I like the colors. NECA did a pretty good job on the paint over here. Obviously, they're trying to do the cartoon design, but even the bare plastic stuff is painted. Like, I don't really see anything that is 100% bare plastic. Maybe these little cases are, but they still put the paint stuff on it and a wash over it. So, you know, comes with a bow that actually can shoot arrows. Wouldn't suggest trying to do it, but at least it has the look. Looks pretty well done too. He comes with a standard katana, which is identical to the previous ones that they've done 100 times. Nothing new under the sun, just a different paint. Comes with a shorter blade. Can't remember the name of that, but shorter blade. Looks pretty good. Comes with a whole bunch of arrows. Amazingly painted, by the way. No sarcasm in that. I really am saying it's painted pretty well. You know, 4 of those. And speaking of the number 4, we have 4 pairs of hands. These 2, which are the open palm hands, and 2 fist hands. He comes with the gripping hands already on. And I know people are going to ask, so let's take them here. It's the Mirage Turtle, and let's put it on. The hand works, no difference in color. Alrighty, now that we got Leo over here, let's put his accessories in. He doesn't have a place to hold this katana? That's a problem. So you kind of have to do the bow over the quiver thing. Maybe I can stick the sword in there now. Not really. It doesn't go in there well. Let's see if maybe... Because I thought he would come with something to hold it. If you want him to hold everything, he's kind of have to do that. I guess you're gonna have to have him holding the sword. I don't like that. I guess you can put his katana in right there, but that's not my favorite thing to do. There is a big enough gap where it can do that. But I guess it works. There's not much I can say about it. I'm not into the furry boots. Not really into it. Maybe if he had some furry arm guards too, or some fur on the shoulders or something, might look better, but I don't know. But if this was the art design, I guess I can't really complain about it, can I? It's what it was in the comics. But now that we got all this looking like this, let's check out Articulation. Alright, Leo, let's get this sword out real quick. Can't do a T-pose. That's kind of in the way. Can he do a full split? No, he can't. Now, the other Mirage Turtles could. This just might be just this Leo. No boot swivel, of course. But standard ankle rocker. It works. Can he kick his shell? No, he can't. How high up can he kick? And let's do the opposite leg so the sword doesn't get in the way. He can kick up pretty decently. Can't kick all the way up, but can at least kick out. It can bend better than 90. Double jointed. Ooh, but look at that. Bicep swivel. Works as standard. Arm goes all the way up to that point because it hits this. It's a harder plastic, so it's kind of hard to get out the way. So he's not going to be sticking his arm all the way up. Head can move 360 all around like a standard head. This thing is just an overlay piece, so you could take it off if you want. Let's try it real fast. But as you can tell, it did scuff up a little bit when it comes to that. But see, it's just a standard head. You know, when it works. It's a double ball joint, like all the other turtles. And it has this standard crunch in, but this one's a little bit harder because the covering is a little bit thicker than normal. They attach the covering to the thing itself and the shell, so all this is one piece, so it really is not as, you know, as nimble as these, who had the shell and the back piece two different pieces. This is all kind of connected. Similar to this wandering guy that was over here, too. I do kind of like how they at least put some of the shell in there, so it acts like it's there, but they did not even attempt to put the front piece. So, that's that. His leg can twist about that much. Standard wrist. It poses as much or as normally as any other NECA turtle. Maybe the Mirage turtles have a little bit more on it, but it's serviceable. It'll fit you. And I just want to compare some turtles to them real quick. There's one of the Mirage turtles. There's this wandering turtle. And this is making me think. Yes, he has the tail. It's down there. And it's articulated. I don't know if you can see that, but his tail's in there. And it's articulatable. But back to the turtles again. Here's just a couple of the NECA turtles that fit this line, just to compare them to. Here's a Loyal Subjects turtle, and here's the Last Ronin one. Just to show some comparison. Yes, I know this is the monster version of Mikey. Alright, so let's compare his height. He is... I'm gonna go with 6 inches to the top of his head, because I don't have him standing up perfectly straight, but it's close enough. And to side, he's about 2.5 inches, which works. It's about the standard size of a NECA turtle. But, most importantly, let's see how he scales with other figures and other lines. First up, McFarlane Spawn. Marvel Legends. Looks pretty decent. Star Wars Black Series. G.I. Joe Classified. Loyal Subjects. S.H. Vigart. For the most part here, this Leo Hunter looks good. It's a little bit disappointing when it comes to the no sheath. I guess this kind of works, but I wish his sword could also fit in the quiver or somewhere around there, just so that, you know. I don't like sticking in this because sometimes it bends. But the design looks cool. And NECA's just doing more NECA. Obviously, they've kept this turtle line for a reason. And it's because they're pretty good at making them. So, for more reviews like this, come to the YKB. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. I don't know why, but I love these turtles. Also, don't forget that these figures do smudge on the weapon, so just be careful. You can see I got some, if you can look real closely, I got some brown on it. It's hard to see, but it's there. Trust me.